York after the game. They're set to play New York tonight in Indianapolis. And I'm telling you right now, there is more speculation coming out of the pipeline in regards to Caitlin Clark teaming up with none other than Sabrina Ionescu. Now, I'm telling you right now, a lot of Indiana Fever fans is not happy with all of this. Typically, these are the people that's from Indy, which I respect that. I respect their opinions. They're not happy entertaining these little woes they're having all over the internet with none other than Sabrina and Caitlin.
Recent developments suggest that Caitlin Clark might be considering joining forces with basketball star Sabrina Ionescu. Reports indicate growing buzz around the possibility of these two players collaborating, creating significant discussion among basketball enthusiasts. The speculation intensified when Clark was spotted alongside Ionescu during All-Star Weekend activities. Following the New York Liberty match, conversations reportedly took place between Clark, her representative, and both Ionescu and Stewie in New York. This occurred just before the teams were scheduled to face off in Indianapolis, adding fuel to the partnership rumors.
For the internet with none other than Sabrina and Caitlin. Well, I'm here to tell you, they're going to have to keep entertaining it because it's looking like, bro, I just got to be honest, that Caitlin Clark is loving the idea, potentially, of joining Christina. This one picture here, Caitlin Clark don't even look at her own teammates like this, man. She likes Sabrina. She look up to Sabrina. Sabrina's one of them ones, bro. This is a picture here that went viral.
Multiple sources suggest that discussions about Clark potentially joining Ionescu's team are becoming more serious. The rumors have generated mixed reactions from Indiana Fever supporters, particularly those with strong local ties who express concern about these potential developments. Despite fan apprehension, the speculation continues to circulate across various online platforms as interactions between Ionescu and Clark garner attention. A particularly notable moment captured public interest when Clark appeared unusually comfortable around Ionescu compared to her typical interactions with current teammates. The connection between the players seemed evident, with Clark showing clear admiration for Ionescu's abilities and achievements.
It went viral. Now, this was a scene. No one caught this. This was a scene, right, from the iconic photo that was taken this past weekend from the All-Star Game. Watch this. Sabrina got up and let Caitlin get the middle seat. She got up and let Caitlin sit down, bro.
Ionescu has established herself as an elite player, making such admiration understandable. During a significant moment at the All-Star events, Ionescu demonstrated respect by offering Clark the center position for photos, stepping aside to accommodate her. This gesture caught attention from other players, including Kelsey Plum, who appeared surprised by the action. Previous tensions were evident when Plum made certain comments that prompted strong reactions from Ionescu. During press conferences, discussions arose about team unity and coordinated messaging, with notable absence from Clark's representatives during important meetings.
You just don't see that. I mean, Kelsey was looking like, why are you getting up? Why are you getting up? Now, we all remember this scene right here with Kelsey Plum saying what she had to say. Sabrina looked like she's about to hit her in the eye.
Powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players.
The situation created some awkward moments that players attempted to handle diplomatically. Social media activity has intensified speculation further. Ionescu shared multiple photos from the weekend events approximately 18 hours after the activities concluded. The images included various moments from the festivities, showing her Nike endorsement alignment with Clark family appearances and her three-point contest championship celebration rather than MVP recognition. One particular photograph showed Clark appearing remarkably at ease in the locker room environment, prompting numerous interpretations about potential recruitment efforts.
Powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen.
This was looking spooky.
So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise, but the t-shirt, just United front, was determined this morning, that we had a meeting for. And, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just we had a very
that really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But
So
Comments suggesting Clark looked natural in those surroundings sparked debates about whether recruitment was occurring in either direction. However, the dynamics suggest that Ionescu, having already secured championship success in New York and established her credentials, would be in the stronger negotiating position. The speculation points toward Ionescu potentially trying to attract Clark to New York rather than the reverse scenario. Given Ionescu's proven track record and championship experience, there appears little incentive for her to consider relocating to Indianapolis. Her established success and achievements in New York provide a solid foundation that wouldn't necessitate such a change.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But
so she far back there from that, but it's this. It is this right here that is turning his. So let's head on over to Instagram. Sabrina Ionescu released several photos, all from this past weekend. She released this 18 hours ago, bro. 18 hours ago, Sabrina released this. Now, these are photos, right? Now, I know y'all see already that Caitlin Clark commented there, but we're going to get to that.
Press conference discussions revealed ongoing negotiations and unity efforts among players, with particular attention to collective messaging strategies. Players emphasized how All-Star Weekend provides unique opportunities for league talents to gather, discuss common interests, and coordinate approaches to various league matters. The weekend events demonstrated unprecedented attendance and engagement levels across multiple competitions and activities. Fourth-time participants noted the exceptional energy and fan involvement, with packed venues for contests, skills competitions, and special events. The orange carpet proceedings and various interactive opportunities showed remarkable fan enthusiasm and demand for player engagement.
They're photos, right? Now, I know y'all see already that Caitlin Clark commented there, but we're going to get to that. So she's signed to Nike like Caitlin. This is her family there. I believe that's probably her dad. She got the MVP. Sabrina, not the MVP. She got the 3-point contest. She's 3-point contest champion. Now, this is the photo right here. Caitlin Clark looking real natural in that locker room. So many people are insinuating that Caitlin Clark could potentially.
The league's personable approach to fan interaction was highlighted as a distinguishing characteristic, with players appreciating Indianapolis's strong showing of support. As the league continues expanding, expectations are that such events will grow even larger and more impactful. Players expressed excitement about contributing to this growth, recognizing the building momentum as the beginning of something substantial. International impact was also discussed, with recognition of the global reach these events achieve. Young fans traveling from distant locations like New Zealand and Australia to attend All-Star Weekend demonstrates the league's expanding international appeal.
Many people are insinuating that Caitlin Clark could potentially be recruiting her to Indy too, based off this comment right here, looking real natural in the locker room. I don't think Caitlin Clark's recruiting her. I believe that Caitlin Clark is definitely getting recruited, bro. Sabrina Ionescu is the A side. Look, whenever you're the A side in an argument, you don't have to go to.
Players understand their role model responsibilities, remembering their own experiences as young fans and working to provide similar inspiration to the next generation. The league's commitment to player accessibility during busy schedules was praised, with athletes making efforts to engage with fans through various events and activities. These interactions showcase the quality and character of the league while building stronger connections with diverse audiences. Regarding ongoing negotiations and momentum maintenance, players acknowledge the awareness-building success of the weekend while emphasizing the need for sustained messaging efforts. The negotiation process requires unified positions and patience for responses from league leadership before determining next steps.
Was up 89% versus last year's WNBA skills and 3-point contest. All right. Most viewed program across all of TV and prime time among people under 35, adults 18 to 34, and females 18 to 34. Right. So, hey, kudos to him, man. It was pretty good to watch. It was quick. It was really quick, but I did enjoy it. Then we go to this one, right? And it says 25 WNBA All-Star Game was
The situation continues developing as players balance competitive interest with collective bargaining considerations, all while managing public speculation about potential team changes and partnerships that could reshape the league's landscape. The latest audience figures from the WNBA All-Star Weekend events have been released, revealing interesting patterns in television ratings. ESPN, ABC, and Disney Plus reported what they termed historic viewership for the 2025 WNBA All-Star festivities that took place on Friday. The network highlighted record-breaking numbers for their WNBA skills competitions and three-point shooting contests. The skills and shooting competitions drew 1.3 million viewers on average, representing an 89% increase compared to the previous year's equivalent events.
And it says 25 WNBA All-Star Game was the most watched program of the night across all of TV, which I can pretty much imagine that. It's a big event. And then, although Caitlin is not playing, I think Indiana not only did a great job trying to get people to tune in, but also the Stud Buds, man. Shout out to Stud Buds. I mean, they did an amazing job keeping people interested in what was going on throughout the weekend. So give them their props, man. But all in all, they ended up getting 2.2.
These programs achieved top rankings across all television programming during primetime hours, particularly among demographics under 35 years old, adults aged 18-34, and women in the 18-34 age bracket. The competitions were notably brief but maintained audience engagement throughout their duration. Moving to the main event, the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game captured the highest viewership of any television program that evening, which seemed predictable given the magnitude of such an occasion. Despite the absence of certain key players, the Indiana organization executed effective promotional strategies to attract viewers. Social media buzz and online engagement also played crucial roles in maintaining public interest throughout the weekend activities.
Getting 2.2 million average viewers, up 158%, not versus last year, but versus 2023 WNBA All-Star. All right, second most watched WNBA All-Star game ever, behind 2024. Now, in 2024, they ended up having 3.44 million. All right. And honestly, man, we know why. Okay, we know why. There was a lot at
The All-Star Game itself attracted 2.2 million average viewers, marking a 158% surge when measured against the 2023 WNBA All-Star Contest rather than the more recent 2024 edition. This positioning made it the second most watched WNBA All-Star Game in history, trailing only the 2024 version, which drew 3.44 million viewers. The 2024 contest generated significantly higher interest due to numerous storylines and controversies surrounding team selections. Several players felt excluded from consideration despite strong performances, and roster decisions became topics of heated debate. The competitive intensity reached exceptional levels as participants seemed determined to validate their selections and prove critics wrong.
And honestly, man, we know why. Okay, we know why. There was a lot at stake, right? People trying to prove people wrong. You had Enrique, who felt like she deserved to be on that list, but actually dropped out of the camp thing or whatever it was because of the vibes, right? You had people saying that the team that was put together wasn't the best team, and it showed because, of course, the all-WNBA team ended up winning that game, right? So there was
Full-court pressure situations and dramatic moments created compelling television that resonated with audiences. Team chemistry issues and selection disputes dominated conversations leading up to the 2024 game. Many observers argued that the most deserving players weren't included, and the actual game results seemed to support these criticisms when the WNBA squad defeated their opponents convincingly. The stakes felt exceptionally high, with players and organizations attempting to justify their positions through on-court performance. Comparatively, the 2025 edition lacked similar competitive fire and dramatic tension.
So there was a lot at stake, man. And then, of course, we saw, the full court pressing on the Caitlin Clark moment and how she still made it through that and got an assist. It was a lot. It was a lot on the line people were trying to prove left and right that they made the right decision. We have the right team. No, you don't have the right team. You don't have the right players. Y'all snubbed Caitlin Clark. I was even saying they should have just took.
Multiple observers during live broadcasts commented on the reduced intensity level, describing the action as underwhelming and less engaging than expected. Post-game reactions echoed these sentiments, with viewers expressing disappointment about the lack of competitive spirit displayed by participants. The reduced competitiveness stemmed from the event's recreational nature, though this created challenges in balancing entertainment value with the celebratory atmosphere. Players wore special uniforms that might have encouraged more aggressive play to showcase their abilities and justify their compensation demands. However, some speculation suggests participants may have intentionally limited their effort levels due to ongoing contract negotiations and league politics.
Y'all snubbed Caitlin Clark. I was even saying they should have just took Caitlin and Angel Reese. I said they should have took both of them. So, of course, the numbers were down. This game this year was nowhere near as competitive as last year, right? And, yeah, it just – I know a lot of people during the live stream was saying how boring it was. Oh, this isn't competitive. This isn't a good game, right? I saw a lot of that. Even after the game, out of the live stream, I saw people complaining.
Finding the appropriate balance between entertainment and competition remains challenging. When players competed at maximum intensity in 2024, audiences praised the event as superior to comparable men's competitions. The positive reception demonstrated that high-level competition enhances viewer satisfaction and league credibility. The current year's reduced engagement reflected a 36% decline in viewership compared to the previous year.
People complaining about it. And, I agree because they weren't necessarily competing at a high level. It was just more so of a fun thing, which I don't mind them having fun. But like I stated in one of my videos, you have to find a balance on, y'all having fun, not necessarily going 110%, but also making it very entertaining for the people to watch, And then the fact that you had that shirt on, you probably wanted to go all out. And
this significant drop highlights the difficulty leagues face in maintaining All-Star Weekend excitement, a problem that has plagued the NBA for considerable time. ESPN's presentation of these statistics generated criticism for selective comparisons. While the skills competitions were measured against 2024 figures, the main game was compared to 2023 numbers, creating an inconsistent analytical framework. This approach appeared designed to present the most favorable possible narrative about league growth and momentum.
And then the fact that you had that shirt on, you probably wanted to go all out and show people this is what we can do, right? This is why we deserve this money. But then again, it could also be, like I stated before in the video, where I felt like they were doing a soft boycott. Like they still played, but maybe didn't necessarily want to play as hard due to, how the negotiation went in Indiana. So I don't know. I don't know what necessarily went down in their minds. All I could do is assume. But
critics noted the deliberate exclusion of 2024 comparisons for the main event, suggesting this represented corporate public relations rather than objective reporting. The selective data presentation seemed intended to minimize the appearance of declining interest while emphasizing positive trends where they existed. The broader context reveals ongoing debates about individual player impacts on league popularity. Some argue that specific star players create artificial viewing spikes that don't represent sustainable growth, while others contend that star power drives broader interest in the sport.